Hey, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to the Hanging On to Hope podcast.
I'm Brenda J.
And I'm Karen Wonder.
And we are HangingOnToHope.org.
This podcast is intended as educational and is not psychological or medical advice. Always consult a professional when needed, and we disclaim any liability in connection with the instruction, information, or advice given.
As abuse survivors, we know safety is the most important thing. Our guest shares a male perspective, and sometimes it can be easier for men to leave these situations. Please put your safety first, and if you're in immediate danger, call the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Hi everyone, this is Brenda J. Welcome to Real People, Real Voices, where people get to have a voice, and some for the first time. These are mini podcasts that focus on healing. I am so excited. So without further ado, let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Hanging On to Hope podcast. This is Brenda J. Today, we want to welcome Joshuaan Williams to the show. He's also known as Big J. He's in the hospitality industry, a youth leader, hip-hop musician, martial artist, and a boxer. He is also an abuse survivor. And I actually met him through Dr. Sang-Hoon Yu at a trauma-informed event. And at that event, he shared a little bit about his own journey and how he survived an abusive relationship and how he also walked through experiences of being bullied. That really stood out to me because I think it's so important to hear stories from both sides. Abuse is not limited to one gender. There are women who are abusive as well. So Joshuaan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Brenda J. and Miss Karen.
Yes, welcome. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And thank you for inviting me to your podcast.
Yeah, thanks you for coming on. So do you want to start out just by telling us a little bit about yourself and maybe share how you first met Dr. Yu and a little bit about your background?
So yes, I am a hip hop musician, a chef, youth leader, and servant leader. Yes, I also do boxing, martial arts, and I'm also a male model as well. So I've known Father Yu since 2009. I was 19 when I first met him through a group called My Life, which is called Magellan Youth Leaders Inspiring Future Empowerment. That was also a group that I was also starting with as a youth leader. And then when I met Mr. Sang-Hoon Yu, he told me about his group called Faithful City. So I also recall joining him back in 2009 as well, while I was still with the My Life group. And ever since, I've been a servant leader since then and been helping him out with serving the community and leading as a flash mob instructor as well and everything else. And I've been going to his church since then, and I never stopped. And I'm still a current member of the Faithful City.
It's great. I've always wanted to go to that, and I haven't made it yet, but one of these days I want to go to that.
What did you say, flash mob?
Yes, a flash mob. Yes, I also led a flash mob dance group with the Faithful City and Father Yu. He insisted that I...
Yeah, so I thought he said. Did Pastor Sang-Hoon did it with you?
Well, Sang-Hoon, he wanted to, but he insisted that I lead the flash mob. So I said yes, and I said, okay, I'll lead the flash mob. But
that's so cool.
You got to give the man credit. He tried.
He's the best, honestly.
Yeah, we've had him on before. He is awesome.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Could you tell us a little bit about your abusive relationship and what that experience was like for you?
Oh, man. Well, you have no idea what I had to go through in that relationship. So I was the good man in a relationship. Yeah, because everyone knows that I am very romantic when it comes to being in a relationship. But obviously, it was taken for granted. So I was taken for granted. I was taken advantage of, used, and humiliated and embarrassed and manipulated at the same time. And knowing that for those 8 long years, it was not going anywhere. And knowing that if the love is not there, then why bother staying?
Yeah. So
all I wanted to do was just make it work and make it last. But I just knew that we weren't going anywhere.
Yeah. What were some of the early signs? Like, because they probably didn't stand out as big red flags at first. What were some of the early signs that it was abusive?
Multiple cheating, blaming me that I was the one that caused all of it. Her like sending me paragraph messages and all that, which was like a 4 or 5 or 6 paragraph of a message, her making me look like the bad guy in front of everybody, her telling different stories about me, which is not true.
Yeah.
Her thinking that I'm depressed in front of everybody and like having the whole entire group look at me different, which is what happened.
Yeah.
Getting people to hate me, like for something that I did not do.
Yeah.
And of course, her disrespecting my family and keeping me away from my family. And
Oh, wow. So she isolated you.
yes, and holding me back from my music career, a male modeling career, from church, from work, at other events that involve my music career or male modeling career. And top of all, she even held me back from adult responsibilities like doctor's appointments and you name it.
Wow. So did Dr. Sanghu, is that when you started going to the trauma-informed?
Yeah.
That's what helped you realize she was abusive?
Yes.
Mm.
And she was also part of the group too, but till then she hasn't been coming back since.
Oh, wow.
So she never like owned up and, took responsibility for her actions?
No, she never did. And she never admitted that she was wrong either. Not one time.
Well, yeah, these are all like clear signs of abuse, just the blaming. But I mean, the cheating at the very beginning, when you said cheating, I mean, that's a clear sign to leave.
Yes, the multiple cheating. She's multiple cheated on me multiple times. And with the guy that I knew and multiple times, like texting behind my back, texting other dudes behind my back, that was a sign too.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Thank you so much. And thank you. It was like, if I would have did something years ago, I would have walked away years ago and knowing that I would never look back and everything.
Yeah.
I would have just stayed moved on and not ever make any contact with her or look back.
Yeah. Did you have any background of like abuse in your family, or was this a totally unfamiliar situation?
Well, there has been no abuse in my family, but there is someone that I know who's close to me has gone through that kind of pain too, but I don't want to get into the details of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times you don't even realize why you're in a relationship like that. You don't always see those signs.
Yeah. And I didn't grow up in an abusive home at all either. And so I didn't know what abuse was. So that's when I met my ex-husband. I didn't realize what I was in either. It took a long time. So
yeah, it takes a long time. I
totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. See the signs. So how did you end up getting out of that relationship? How did it end?
Well, I was like looking for ways to get out. I was like trying to see if she was going to change or should I just pack up and leave. Yeah. So I made that decision by just leaving. But by the time I was already about to be gone, she sent me a text one day saying that, oh, it's done. And I was like, I didn't even respond back at all. I was like on my way home from work. Like first thing I did when I got home, I didn't respond back to her. I didn't even cry about her. Like I didn't even mention her at all. Like I walked away with my head up to the sky, knowing that this was it for me anyway, because I wasn't going to tolerate this abuse no more, where she totally like abused me verbally, physically, and financially.
Oh, physically too.
Yes. And physically too. To where she was doing some terrible things to me.
Wow.
Like you have no idea.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Thank you so much, Miss Brenda J and Miss Karen.
Yeah. It's not easy.
So once it ended, what kind of things did you do to begin healing from that experience?
Well, what did I do? So I continued to keep working in the culinary field. And then I went back to doing live hip hop performances. I went back to pursuing my music career, got back into the male modeling, got back to everything that she held me back from. And of course, I went back with my family, which is where I belong. And being with them and taking care of them. I like to where we could all take care of each other, be there for each other, and went back to my normal way, and not thinking about going her way. So, yes.
But you were already part of Sanghoon's group, so you use that as a healing tool as well?
Yes, and I definitely started going back to church too with Father You and the rest of the group. So, yes.
And then discovering your identity, that's just so important. So you got back to the things that you were held back from.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a big part of it is you got to know who you are. Pastor Sanghu is so good about that. When we did a podcast with him, he just explains things really well, the whole trauma and everything.
Yeah. Did you find like volunteering with the youth and all that really helped you heal as well? Just focusing on helping others?
Yes, I did. It also made me realize that knowing that anyone else that went through this pain too, I can help them find ways of escaping, because, like not everyone's relationship is perfect. But knowing that, based on this relationship that I was in, I could tell it wasn't perfect. And it's like I said, that it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And
well, you said you were together 8 years, so you got together when you were really, really young, just basically young kids, pretty much.
Yeah, like in 2011.
So you weren't even mature or grown up yet. So, I mean, you didn't really know. It takes time.
Yeah.
It was.
So I know that part of your story is also that you said that you were bullied, and we've talked about that a little bit on the podcast, but I think it's important definitely to talk about. Would you like to share a little bit about that part of your story about being bullied?
Yeah, back in middle school, elementary school, and in high school, I was bullied. It was terrible. I didn't know what to do. It was sad for me that I had to get my sibling, my twin sister, to back me up. And it was just terrible that I come to school every single day. I noticed that I'm getting bullied, like for no reason, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through bullying too as well. So your sisters had to help you?
Yes, my twin sister, she's always been there for me. And I have to applaud her for that because she's always had my back and she's always stood by my side no matter what the situation is. And of course, my little baby sister too, she's always had my back too. And I definitely have to applaud her for that too. I have the most amazing family members of all time. And knowing that whatever situation that I'm in, they're there. And like whatever situation that they're in, I'm there for them too.
Yeah. Did any of the teachers of the school get involved in it at all? Or did you feel like they weren't all helpful with that?
Well, I'm not going to say that some of them weren't helpful, but when they were seeing it, yes, they stepped in and took care of the situation.
That's good.
Oh, good.
Even when it got worse at the time, all teachers had to step in, and I'm glad they did. And some of them have witnessed it, but it was hard for me to speak up, to get them to stop. But even if it means ignoring them, that was also tough for me to do because they're still going to continue to do it if you don't stand up and do something about it.
Yeah.
But then that was when I had the last straw. So I had to definitely stand up for myself and figure out how to end this. And I don't mean like taking some martial art classes was always the answer to everything.
Yeah.
But I just had to stand up to them.
Is that how it eventually ended? You just started standing up to the bully?
Yes, I did. I didn't take anything from anybody. Even they noticed that. And then topped it off, I turned to hip hop as my escape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You write your own music?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
It's really therapeutic.
Yeah. And I'm sure you can minister to a lot of people that can relate to, those aspects of your story.
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, this really hits home for me too. We've done episodes on bullying before, but not really in an in-depth interview with someone who experienced it firsthand. I know I've been bullied as a kid, teenager, and even as an adult. So this is personal. We kind of went over that a little bit already. One of my thoughts about that was we didn't come from abusive childhoods. So from all the studies that we've done and people that we've talked to, most bullies are abused in their home, especially like the child bullies that are bullying you in school. So it's just like another example of you just didn't understand abuse because you weren't in an abusive environment. And that's the same thing that happened to me. It's kind of very similar where I was bullied because it's like you're the target for some reason because you're kind, because of our attributes, and we're peacemakers. I never wanted to fight anyone. I had to go in 8th grade. I had to go find another girl to stick up for me, to go fight this other girl that wanted to fight me because I wasn't a fighter, and they were just mean and insistent on doing that. So I kind of can relate to your story a little bit. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, what you just said, back then, I wasn't like a fighter, but till then, I did what I had to do to stand up for myself against the bullies and just do what I had to do. But till then, deep down, like whether you're a fighter or a lover, or if it means being both, then understandable. But till then, you just got to know where your heart is,
Yeah.
Well,
it's probably different being a man and being bullied. And I don't have that desire. I can't. It's hard for me to fight. Like even when he beat me up in my marriage, I didn't fight back. I just let him. So it's just not my temperament. So I can see it being different for you, though. At being a man, you feel like you've got to do something. So I'm sorry. Yeah, you had to go through that.
Right. You have to, especially women out there that are getting bullied, too, because I see that all the time, too. And it's not comfortable for them that all of a sudden that these mean females out there, that they end up finding a victim that they could just torture and bully around who they ever want to, which is almost kind of like in my relationship, too, where I was getting bullied in my relationship, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know when we had Bob Hamp on, he was a guest that's a Christian counselor, and he talked about that it's not that there was something wrong with you. If you are in a relationship where someone abused you, it's that something is right with you. And abusers tend to be attracted to those that are very compassionate, very empathetic, almost willing to take on the abuse at some point, or think, oh, there must be something I'm responsible for, or you feel bad for, because people that are abusive, there's a reason why. And so you have that sympathy for it. So it's easy to stay in a relationship like that until you start realizing that you can't carry someone else's responsibility, when you start seeing that, no, you're worthy of respect. So I'm sure you had to go through that journey yourself.
Yes, I did. And I don't think I ever want to have to go through that ever again. I don't want to see nobody else go through that journey either,
Right.
Like, because I want to see people go through a positive journey to where everything is not also negative,
Yeah.
Right. That's really hard to do after you've been abused.
Right.
Like,
And plus,
you have to read scripture every day and just take every thought captive. It's pretty
Right.
hard. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Were you able to fully overcome the effects, or is it something that you're still working through today?
Well, I'm able to overcome the abuse, but there's just times that I cannot forget all the things she's done to me. But like, there are some parts that I'm trying to get over. Plus, there was a part there where she had a roommate that abused me as well and disrespected my family as well and never apologized for it. Yeah, I'm still having a little problem with that, but I've overcame being abused in a relationship, but I'm willing to overcome the pain too. Yes.
Yeah. So does your music help you cope with that? Like, is it your lyrics? Do you use your music as a way to, release some of what you've been through?
Yes, ma'am, I do. In any type of way.
Yeah. That's good, because that's another way other people can be encouraged as well.
And of course, working out 4 days a week. Yes, that also helps me too.
Yeah.
It's the pain.
Yeah. I think what's so interesting too is you meet somebody and they look so confident. They appear so confident. And I would have never guessed that you've had all the pain, experienced all the pain that you've experienced. That's why we should never judge a book we shouldn't judge, period, but a book by its cover, because a lot of people will say that about me. They'll say, oh, you just seem so confident, like you have it all together, and I don't have anything together. So it is interesting how when you meet people,
Yeah.
it's very, very interesting.
Yeah. And it seems like we haven't had a lot of males on our show. I think that's why your voice is important, because men need to hear that have been in similar situations, that, they need to hear from another male that it's okay to share and that you will overcome it. You won't stay stuck in that trap.
Right. And no one needs to feel trapped in a relationship. Knowing that if you feel that something's not right, or knowing that you see signs, knowing that you're going to be feeling those red flags coming, I would just up and leave already, because it's not worth staying.
Right.
I'm even telling a friend that now, because he's going through that too. And topped it off, I just lost a cameraman for my project that I'm working on for my Queen of All Queens. I just lost a cameraman due to his wife being abusive towards him.
Mm.
I'm trying to find a way to get him back on the project, because he was deep into the project, knowing that he was very excited of collaborating with me on my project I have coming up next week. But till then, she completely pulled him off and started judging me and my character. Plus, she was judging me on the song and the project.
Mm.
So
where do you perform at? Do you perform just locally around Arizona, or?
Locally around Arizona, yes.
Okay. And do you do clubs, or where do you perform at?
Well, it depends on where they have the show. So clubs or convention centers or any place to where they put me in.
Okay. That's great.
So this looks like the last question about bullying. Have you been able to recognize bullying in others and step in to help them? How has what you've gone through shaped the way you show up for other people?
Yes, I've definitely stepped in to help others out that have been bullied. So I just told them, like, hey, it's best if you just do whatever you can to defend yourself. But if you don't believe in defending yourself, then just walk away, like ignore. But most of the time, ignoring them may not help sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta be you, stand up to them, say whatever's on your mind, and eventually they will get the picture. And top that off, I'm friends with somebody for a long time. I've been friends with him since 2003, and knowing that he'd been through the same pain as me, and we're still friends to this day. So it's like a 22-year friendship going, about to be 23 years strong. And we've been close and deep since then. We've been like closest best friends since, and he's like a cousin to me now. So yes, I helped him overcome that and everyone else around him. So yes. So I do everything I can to help people out, and knowing that if I see you get bullied, then like I always do my best to step in to help out. So
yeah. So if you were helping the youth and someone told you they were being bullied, would you just let you could always let one of their teachers know, authority know, Or how do you usually, have you had to experience that yet or not yet?
Not yet. Not eventually.
Yeah, we have several podcasts on bullying too. So we use our podcast a lot to help the people in our community. And so that's always something that is very useful. So is the music you sing, is it pretty clean lyrics or?
Well, all my lyrics are clean. All my
Okay.
lyrics are clean. And Father, you knows that I'm working on a song based on the Faithful City. So yeah, and he's very supportive of my music too, and everyone else in Faithful City, knowing that. But I do regular hip hop, but they're all clean. So they're all clean.
Well, that's good. That's good because I can't handle if it's not. But I think that you sang a little sample of the song. Was that the Faithful City song that you did at the trauma informed meeting?
Oh, actually, that was a different song that I wrote. It was a respect anthem from One in Respect. You know, it was called "Ain't No Need to Disrespect Me." So that's the name of the song. So that was based on someone like me or anyone else that's been through an abusive relationship or that has been disrespected constantly. Like, I just had to perform that, you know, so it just came out and I performed it. So I actually wrote that song myself.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to ask you your last question and then you can maybe share that little part of that song you sang. Because it wasn't real long, I don't think.
Yeah, we would love to hear it.
But yeah, let's go ahead and see what your gold nugget is.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing your story with us because your story will definitely encourage others, especially men that, you know, may be going through or have gone through it before. So before we go, do you have a gold nugget of advice that you'd like to leave with our listeners?
Yes. No matter who you are or where you're from, if you know you see the red flags, don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. Always let it all out. You know, don't be afraid. Don't hide it. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself because that's a sign of being scared. I had to learn that too. Yeah. So like if I can do it, I know they can too. They just got to learn to be the bigger person and stand up for themselves. Even me stand up family, yes, do that. But till then, like you got to be your own person and fight your own battles, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And definitely like what we learn in the abuse world is to set boundaries. You know, I think because I wasn't healed, I kept gravitating towards the same. I kept getting abused over and over again by men, women. It didn't matter because I hadn't understood abuse yet. It felt normal to me. That abuse felt so normal because I was married for 22 years to that person. So I had to learn that wasn't, like you said, the red flags. But then once I learned them to set those boundaries because they'll drain you, they'll drain everything out of you. So I agree. You do have to stand up for yourself, speak out. If I would have spoke out, then, you know, I would have gotten out of that marriage way earlier, but I told a few pastors and they told me I had to wait until he cheated. So I can totally relate. I wish I would have spoken out.
Yeah.
That's fantastic advice. Like, just speak out. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, most definitely. You definitely got to speak out. But regardless if he cheated or not, but once you see that flag, and it's also okay to walk away too, because that's what people mostly do. They walk away and they never turn back. Yeah. That's also a good sign. Like, you walk away, but haven't contacted that person at all, then they should know the sign already, knowing that it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I did.
Yeah. Well, abusers, especially when you're married, they try to talk to you again. So that's why, you know, I had to get an order of protection and protect myself from that. But
they try to put it back on you. Most abusers try to put it back on you. Yeah. So it's recognizing that you have worth, you know, that's another big part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
True.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to share? I kind of interrupted you.
Oh, no problem at all. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. And topped it off, if you know someone that's being abused or disrespected, don't ignore it. You got to act on it too. That's something that people need to do too. Don't ignore it, just act on it. And it's okay to ignore the situation, to not get yourself involved, but at least or somebody. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, you can always pull them aside one-on-one and, you know, just try to talk to them about it.
Yeah.
It's the safest thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it's like you going to Sang-hoon's group is fantastic because he educates you on all that. And that's so important to understand trauma, what people are going through. So,
yeah, and helping you identify the feelings. I know he talks about, you know, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He's amazing. And, yes, he is. I actually got mentored by him too, and along with Greg DeSherry, who also leads My Life Group, which is the Magellan Inspiring Future Empowerment.
That's great.
Yeah, that is great. He's such a big impact in our community.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you again. Your story is such an important reminder that healing is possible and that we can turn even painful experiences into ways of helping others.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, God tends to use the things we've been through to encourage other people.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I don't think you have any music. I don't know if you want to do I don't know if you can rap without it, or how do you do that?
Well,
We wanted to
I
kind of
can
make
do
this fun too, since it was so serious.
Yeah.
We wanted it on a
I
good
can
note.
do without the music. I can do without the music. So
Okay.
whatever song you want me to give you a sample of, I can definitely do that.
The one you wrote that you did with Sang Hoon that you helped you heal. That'd be great.
What, the respect song?
Yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
that's what you said. Is that the one you did at the church?
Yes. Ain't no need to disrespect me. I can do that. I can do that.
Okay.
All right. Great.
Okay, I'll give you a sample. Okay. Sometimes you gotta lose to win. It ain't hard to tell. Going through the hard times just makes me wanna yell. Life can be tough, but I can still be strong. Don't lie, just keep it real and admit you was wrong. Have you ever had a friend who had betrayed you? You had to sit back and figure out what to do. First I was angry, then I started to cry. I needed time and space and ask myself why. I'm a man with strength. I don't want no drama. I don't need it in my life. You best to save it for your mama. Don't ever lie to me. It really drives me crazy. I just don't understand why people act shady. I believe in romance and I believe in true love. Looking at the full moon and the stars from above, I'm giving all the credit to the God, letting you know ain't no need to disrespect me.
That's great.
That is so, no wonder why that's how you healed.
I love that.
The words were phenomenal.
Yeah, I love the words to that.
Thank you.
What's some of your inspiration for rappers? Like, do you like Lecrae, or is there certain artists that are your inspiration?
Yes. So yes, Lecrae is one of them, but I'm also inspired by LL Cool J because he's such a great artist. Like he's also the one that inspired me to do hip hop.
That's great.
Yeah, I think my friend Nicole met him and she has a picture with him and he's like a giant compared to, he's huge.
Is he?
Yeah. I don't know. She just showed me that picture recently. So just think about it.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. I'm glad we could make it a little lighter here at the end and see and inspire our listeners to hear that and how you've healed from that. I know another guy that does rap and he calls it poetry now. And he doesn't want to perform, but it's really, he'll send me the lyrics and stuff. And it's pretty phenomenal how it's helped you guys heal and actually draw closer to the Lord.
Yeah.
Which is
right.
Healing is about drawing closer to God. So
it's very empowering. Your words in that song were very empowering.
Yeah, so, very much.
That's great.
Yeah, we loved it.
Yes, I loved it.
That's one of the fun ones. Yeah.
You don't have any CDs or anything out yet, right? It's not even CDs now. You're not streaming anywhere. Right? I'm dating myself.
But I plan on making it happen. Not yet, but I plan on making it happen.
Okay.
All right. And then you're performing somewhere this weekend?
I'm actually working on my project for Queen of All Queens for this coming week, next week for the 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Okay. How can people find you on social media if they want to follow you? Do you have any way they can follow you?
Yeah, so they can follow me on Facebook. I also have a page on Facebook called Big J, the Dominant MC. You can find me on there. And of course, I have a Big J Nation page. So if they want to go there, then they can follow me on there too. So Instagram, Big J, the DMC.
Okay.
Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on to the podcast.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your story and being on our podcast and for that rap. That was great.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
We loved it.
Very welcome. Anytime, ladies.
All right.
Yeah. And you have to let us know when you are streaming on something and we can listen to the whole album.
All right. You got it.
Yeah. I think you going to Sang Hoon saved a lot of things in your life and brought a lot of healing. It's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Being willing to listen to someone wise, like him.
Being part of that group.
Yeah. It takes humility. So that's great.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
All right. Hope to see you at another event.
Oh, I hope to see you at the next event too with Sang Hoon.
Yeah, right. I want to make it to the Faithful City one of these days. I've been wanting to go ever since he was on our podcast. So
yeah,
I'll make it one of these days. But thank you very much. We appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Anytime.
Take care.
All right, you too.
Thanks for tuning in to Hanging On to Hope. Check out our website, hangingontohope.org. There are resources on there. And if you would like to donate or volunteer, you can do that through our website. We are a brand new nonprofit, so we appreciate any and all support. And we thank you for listening. And until next time, keep hanging on to hope. We are evidence that there is hope and healing for you, and our passion is to help you find it too. So thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening, everyone.